Tony Uragaitis bought Arethusa Farm in Litchfield back in 2000.
Started to bring on my first 5 cows, and the herd kept on growing and growing. We focused on genetics. To focus on genetics, you really have to focus on the care, the nutrition, and we had this incredible milk. So what inspired me was the milk.
Then many years later, Uragaitis decided to team up with Chris Casiello to make some cheese.
We had to really cover the whole U.S. to look for cheese equipment.
We had roughly 3 or 4, maybe 5 cheeses that we really wanted to make. You know, the Gouda style cheese, the Tapping Reed, which is a stirred curd cheddar, the Swiss style, and then an Alpine, and then the Camemberts that we make. So we knew what we were kind of getting into. I was coming from a small operation, so we were doing, you know, I was using 50 gallons of milk at a time and making 3 or 4 wheels. So this was a big leap.
Now that operation has become a full-fledged business.
You know, we use about 600 gallons of milk in a cheese make, and we end up with about 500 pounds of cheese at the end. So we'll end up with about 25 to 28 wheels when we're done.
This past year, Arethusa Farm decided to enter several products in the running for Best Cheese at the U.S. Championship Cheese Contest in Wisconsin.
I know there were over 2,000 plus entries, all different categories. So we were up against, I think, 33 different states, you know, big dairy states. And we entered our yogurt, which is a maple yogurt. They came in number 3.
But the most amazing feat, their Gouda Cheese, Europa, took home the '1 best in show.
Did you ever imagine your cheese would have won?
I didn't know. I don't, you know, you enter and you hope for the best, but when you get the very top award, it's amazing, because there are a lot of great cheeses out there.
And we heard we won Best in Show, we were just shocked. You know, my phone was blowing up, everybody's calling me. It's just super exciting. You know, it's a ton of pride. You know, I've been doing this, I've been making that cheese for 15, almost 20 years now. So to have it come all this way and finally get that stamp of approval, you know, that validation really kind of puts the cherry on the top there.
The Europa cheese sits 16 to 24 months. All cheese here is constantly cared for, and it only gets better with age.
We have baby cheese. Once it's made, it has to be cared for, and we have what we call a cheese cave, and we bring it there, it's put on a shelf, and needs to be watched and pampered and turned and dusted, and then we wrap it when it's ready, and we put it on the shelf. When they're young, they have to be turned once a day. And that's, you know, really very important to do that so the moisture is distributed evenly.
Waiting for the taste to develop.
There's no bendiness, see that? It just breaks.
It's breaking clean.
Just breaks apart.
And you never know if it's going to turn out right away. It takes months and months. And it really is like a test kitchen, but you can't leave it for a second. Everything has to be so controlled. Temperatures, humidity, when you add certain ingredients.
What makes a really good cheese?
Wow, so I think you have to start, like, especially with the Europa, it's kind of it's a different style of cheese. It's a Dutch style of cheese, Gouda, and it's cooked by adding hot water back instead of adding heat to the vat. So that gives it a very sweet curd.
Arethusa also uses other local farms to help make its delicious products.
When we started to outsource, it just made sense for us. You know, we also didn't want to compete with the local farmers, right? Like, so they're already milking cows. They're doing a great job, you know, eating Connecticut grass. They're family farms. They're really dedicated to it.
Casiello says there's nothing like local cheese and milk.
It's going to be fresher. It's going to be a better quality. You know, we're pasteurizing different, so it retains a lot of raw milk characteristics. So plus you know where it came from. That's great. Cheese, it's so complicated and so difficult, and it can go so many different ways, and you can be so creative with it. You know, the fact that you can take milk from local family farms here and create a cheese that can win on a national level, I think it's just amazing.
Arethusa Farm has lots of delicious cheeses to try, but of course I had to Brie there to taste the award-winning Europa.
Right,
And this is the award.
Wow, the best.
The best one.
The best.
All right. We saved the best for last.
Also, you'll see, you know, we have fruit on the plate, nuts on the plate. Now here's the Gouda. Beautiful, you know, just the color. It's so aesthetic, and you break it, and you can maybe, right.
Oh my goodness.
Savor that. And
wow.
I really.
This is delicious. It is
this
so good.
Aged Gouda.
Watch out, this is going to be gone soon.
I would love you to
try it with some chocolate?
Chocolate. Because I think
don't
it's
mind
a
if I do.
great balance.
Okay.
The wine could come later.
This is a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tony. This was fantastic. And I look forward to eating more of this cheese.